The Fickle Pickle and More Zanytown Tales, written by Eisenbaum. The Fickle Pickle. Chuck tried to grab a pickle from a giant pickle jar, but the pickle was being fickle, and his hand went in too far. He could not move it if he tried. His hand was stuck like glue, so Chuck put his head inside to get a better view. Now he is completely stuck, and it only costs a nickel to see the jar that holds Chuck, the world's most famous pickle. Too tall. Kai is a very tall guy. His legs hang over his bed. He wants to be small, but because he's too tall, photos don't show his head. My twin. My sister looks just like me. We have the same eyes and grin. My sister and I are exactly alike because she is my twin. When I am happy, so is she. When I'm sad, she is too. We love to make each other laugh and both look good in blue. I love that I can see my twin each and every day, even when she mimics me or gets in my way. I love my twin so very much. It couldn't be any clearer. My twin and I would have more fun if she'd just get out of the mirror. The beard. Jeff's beard was as dark as a cave and hung all the way to the floor. But then he knew it was time to shave when it kept getting caught in the door. Morning hike. We went on a hike today. I'd never been before. The sun was not yet in the sky when we walked out the door. We headed up the mountainside. The sky was still so dark. And when twigs snapped beneath our feet, my dog began to bark. And as we made it to the top, I had to squint my eyes. Just beyond the mountain peaks, the sun began to rise. The view from here was amazing. Who knew hiking was so neat? And as I looked a little closer, I saw food I like to eat. The treetops looked like grapes, the mountains like pumpkin pies. And when I looked up at the sky, I couldn't believe my eyes. The sky was filled with endless colors, red, orange, purple, blue. It looked like waves of cotton candy with marshmallow clouds to chew. The sun shined like a slice of lemon lighting up the sky, and birds made out of chocolate cake were slowly passing by. Today I learned I love to hike. My family showed me how. But all this hiking made me hungry. Can we eat breakfast now? Ready to rock. Steph went to see a rock band. She was ready to get in the groove, but she didn't get a chance to sing or to dance, 'cause the rocks didn't even move. The big stack. I just got some brand new blocks. I'll stack them up so high, I'll build myself a tower that stretches toward the sky. I will use each block I have to stack my tower higher. I'll build and build and build some more until I start to tire. Every block must go in place. They must be stacked just right. I've been stacking blocks so long, the day has turned to night. I just placed my last new block. My stacking has to stop. I climb onto the tallest step and proudly sit on top. I can reach the moon from here and see all of Zanytown. Now, the only question is, how will I get down? Underwear. Brad's clothes were on the clothesline. They were hanging up to dry, but zany things began to happen when a gust of wind blew by. The wind caused all the trees to shake. It tipped the rocking chair. It shook Brad's clothing back and forth and took his underwear. Brad was walking out the door to make his way to school. He saw his undies pick up speed over his neighbor's pool. They flew straight up the tallest tree and landed in a nest. A bird squawked and flung them out, looking quite distressed. Another breeze then took the briefs. Away from Brad they sped, right to a neighbor on the street, and landed on his head. The neighbor turned bright red and yelled, "Is this underwear?" But Brad hid behind a tree to avoid his neighbor's glare. The wind picked up the underwear right from his neighbor's hand. They fluttered high into the sky, unclear if they would land. On and on the undies floated until they reached the school, and as Brad raced to catch them, he tried to keep his cool. They flew right up the flagpole and hooked on to the rope. His underwear was out of reach. Brad started to lose hope. His undies are forever stuck and will never come down. So Brad salutes his briefs each day, just like the rest of town. The wish. There once was a man who made a big wish. He wished he could swim as well as a fish. Although it came true, he's no longer wishing. That poor man was caught by a fisher out fishing. Misunderstood monster. Have you seen the monster that is big and blue and yellow? You may think he's scary, but he's quite the charming fellow. There is one big problem. It's the friendly monster's name. His name is rather alarming, although he's very tame. The monster's name is Grrrr. He's had this name since birth. He really is a friendly monster, the friendliest on earth. Whenever he meets new people, he's always so polite. But when he says his name is Grrrr, they run away with fright. I'll just change my name, he thought. My old one just offends. So now he goes by Gary and has made a bunch of friends. A wobbly tower made of blocks, a fickle pickle, and a monster that talks. A beard that hangs right to the floor, and a sky filled with treats galore. A super windy underwear chase. Zanytown is a peculiar place.